This is a great town with a super tight-knit sense of community. Most of the people are of Cherokee descent, and a lot of people bond together over that whole Cherokee, heritage and the culture. Yeah, my name's Heston Lamans. I live here in Tahlequah. I was born and raised here. I live with my wife, Kaylee, and my daughter, Lennon, and I own a business called C&L Site Services. Coming out of school, I had just some networking connections with some guys that were involved in the oil and gas industry, so I chose to go that route, and then that all tanked. I was on unemployment and jobless, and then that's when I kind of got the idea to start C&L Site Services. TARO stands for Tribal Employment Rights Office, and TARO is a certification that a Cherokee-owned business can apply for. And then once you become TARO certified, you get preferential treatment on Cherokee Nation jobs and then government jobs. And so we got TARO certified right as all these mask factories were being built. And so then that was instrumental in getting us off the ground, and we just grew leaps and bounds just in a couple of years. I was turning calls down and people down, and so I knew that we needed to expand. I had initially tried one bank, and it was this big corporate feel, and it just wasn't working out. There were so many hoops to jump through, so I just chose not to pursue that. And then I reached out to Terry at local bank, who's a family friend, and he was very inviting, and he told me, send over a couple documents. It was that fast. We had our money to, grow and get the new assets in 24 hours. And they want young people like me to succeed in this community, and so they want to help, and they make the lending process easy.
Well, everybody knows everybody in a small town, and it really is a privilege to get to invest in lives. People like Heston and his family, they really are the success stories of our community, and they're just wonderful people. Osio Dagwadon Susan Chapman Plum, board chair and CEO at local bank. So the bank was founded actually in Indian Territory right before statehood in 1907. I'm a tribal citizen, and I own the majority of the stock in our bank. Local bank is different from most of the regional and surely the large national banks because we make small loans right back into our community. About 30% of our county is Native American, but over 60% of our customers are Native American. That's not a bright line that we draw, it's just how it works for us. So recently we've started working with Visa and the MDI Accelerate program, and it does exactly what it says, which is accelerate our ability to make loans back into our community. It's just whenever you have a large deposit, you can multiply that. You can leverage that and turn it into a lot more loans than you would have been able to do without it.
I'm super grateful to have a wonderful local bank that's right here that I've built a relationship with, and who, wants to do everything they can to help me and my family grow the business.
We invest in healthcare, and we invest in small businesses that our customers need, and it stays right here inside the boundaries of the Cherokee Reservation. I really think that's the value of small and community-owned and minority-owned institutions, is we're just right in the community doing what we've always done.
We could be in 10 states in 10 years, or we could just be in the neighboring counties, but it's all up to me, and I hold the keys to the future, if you will.